Another big media topic we want to get to this morning is CBS set to report its earnings after the bell today. This comes as the company still exploring that merger with Viacom. And we've been waiting on that merger for a very long time.
Yeah, it's Shari Redstone, who controls both companies. She, has indicated in the past that she wants a merger. Sources tell me she still wants that to happen.
Isn't that clearly the indication in terms of what's going on with management at CBS? And
so
Viacom?
they extended Joe Iannello, who's the acting CEO of CBS. They extended his contract another 6 months. So counterintuitively, that kind of tells you that he's probably not going to get that job, right? If you would, at this point, if he doesn't get it, then they're looking for someone else.
Isn't that the high sign? It's not that there's a new CEO coming, but that there's a merger coming.
Well, yes, but look, they had a deadline by which they said they were going to find a new permanent CEO. And so by extending him through the end of the year, they got rid of concerns about that immediate deadline. But it's interesting because Bob Bakish was just at the Milken conference here in L.A. and he said, look, there have been these reports before. This is the third time we've had these wave of reports that were in talks. But I think something is very different now, Andrew, and that's the fact that CBS and Viacom are both subscale compared to all the other media players or to some of their old rivals. Now that you have Disney, Fox merged, and now that you have AT&T, Time Warner, and not to mention our own parent company, NBC Universal, part of Comcast. So I think that things have changed. There is more pressure for scale. And what I've been hearing from sources is that Bakish is the guy who would lead the combined company. And that's why it's been so hard for them to bring in an outside CEO to CBS.
Okay, wild card question. Is there any chance in the world, rather than merge these two companies, that
they're sold?
One or both are sold separately?
Well, that has been something I've heard is an option, and that there actually might be more value for each respective company to do it that way. But I've also heard that Shari Redstone would like to merge the companies. Ed, what have you heard?
Yeah, I've heard the same thing. I think, if anything, there is this idea that she wants to get even bigger and bigger because not just the landscape, as you pointed out correctly, but it's her time to really sort of step into the shoes, her father's shoes, and run it the way that she's been wanting to do.
What does a combined company really get you?
Well, no, fundamentally, I think that is the bigger issue, though, right? Which is
you compare it to the giants that Julia just outlined, and it still looks like a little
small.
tiny speck.
And also, if you're trying to sort of bulk up on networks at a time when pay TV generally is flat or declining, it's like, what are you really getting out of that? Either I think Viacom is definitely the more challenged company in that respect. And neither company really has shown any real sort of strategies around digital distribution, right? Direct to consumer. Bob Iger took a big step with Disney saying, we need to go direct to consumer. We're not going to profit on these for the next few years, so don't expect that. So that's a pretty bold move. I don't see CBS or Viacom really sort of going deep on either side.
You think we're going to hear anything this afternoon on any of this? Is there going to be any?
I don't think we'll hear anything.
No.
I don't think we'll hear anything on the merger. I do think they'll say, look, we don't have to worry about the succession issue right now because we've just extended Iannello. But I do think that CBS says that it really has taken its own strategy when it comes to direct to consumer, and that's by going directly with these more a la carte products, which is Showtime as well as CBS All Access. And those have been growing fast, but one might argue that those are the types of products that would face the biggest threat from a Disney Plus, not to mention all these other players coming to market.
But don't those products just get layered on top of a Hulu or layered on top of an Amazon?
They could be. CBS All Access, as Julia pointed out, is sold through, you could buy it through Hulu or Amazon or Apple TV, the forthcoming Apple TV, and I think that's a fair thing to say. I think at the same time, you're right. It's like if I'm a consumer, if I'm a household and I'm going to buy into Disney service and I already have Netflix and maybe Hulu, do I drop CBS or even buy CBS at that point? So it makes it that much more difficult going forward.
Okay, we're going to
there are only so many products that people are going to subscribe to.
Exactly.
We are going to leave the conversation there. Julia, thanks for waking up early. Ed, thank you for being here.
Every time.
You woke up early, but not as early.
Not as early, but I've done it before, right?
Yes, thank you. Okay.